So I was in the tent, and it was unbearably hot. Unbearably hot. And the bugs were like incredibly annoying and irritating. And this is like 2:30 in the morning, and I just couldn't. I couldn't. I tried to fall asleep. I could not fall asleep. It was just incredible. So I walked to the beach, to Asbury Beach, and I'm here now. I'm probably gonna jump in the water in a bit. I don't have any. I don't have a towel, but I have all I have is underwear. So, so but I'm gonna just jump in there and then try to take a shower at the showers here, because it's so hot right now, and it's just I can't stay in the tent. I'm gonna. I don't know. At night it's annoying. It's annoyingly hot, and what I'm gonna try to do maybe is like at night come to the beach here and just stay here for the night, and then during the day I might go back there. I don't even know. I have to try to slowly get my stuff out of there, and I need. See, the problem is I don't have a car, and I can't rent a U-Haul, and I don't want to bother people to because I don't want anybody with a truck, and I just don't want to annoy people with a car dragging all that stuff back and forth. So I don't know. I'm gonna figure out bring it slowly back to the storage unit, and then just ditch the whole tent and then live. I mean, until they let me know about the Section 8 housing, I'm just gonna live on the beach here, I guess. Sleep on the bench like I did last year. I gotta get a bike. Maybe I got an electric bike instead of a scooter this time, because then I can attach a little cart to it, like I had on the regular bike. Well, maybe I just get a regular bike. I don't know. It's just summer now, so it's not that bad. The winters are on the bike is just a pain in the ass, but the summers aren't that bad. So I'm gonna do that, and then try to get myself the hell out of Tent City, man. That place is crazy. That place is crazy. I don't trust anybody there. Laura started becoming friendly with me again after all that, and then that's all to play me. I mean, they're all playing me. They're all Bobby definitely can't do it now because I don't trust him at all. But she came and it's just sad, and and then she came with this sob story, and she was should I say this? I'll skip it. But she was feeling that really, really good, because of something that was withdrawal type thing. And I felt bad for her, and we started talking a little bit, and then she makes me doubt the things that I said the other day. And that's what she does. That's what they all do. They're like some of the best actors I've ever seen in my life. This is what I mean. I'm getting messages that they're probably Arcturian, and they're the ones that, like I said, they're the ones that and that's why they've been targeting me, because they're getting paid to target me. They're getting some kind of like retribution targeting me. I mean, they're probably in that tent city, specifically because I am. Because then they can do what they're doing to me. I don't want to sound like, I want to make this seem like a what do you call it, a fabricated, made up story, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not. This is what I'm going through, and I'm going through this, and I know anybody listening to this that doesn't know me, especially, is probably thinking that I'm making this up. How could this be happening? People that know me probably divided. Some of them were like, well, I know him, but this is all crazy stuff you're saying. And some of them like, please, it's probably really happening to him because I don't lie. I wouldn't be lying about this shit, man. I wouldn't be here doing this right now. I felt threatened tonight at Tent City. Laura was especially friendly to me today, and and then she did like this, here and then pulling back and then pulling back, and then so I had this feeling that I had to get out of that tent. The flies. I mean, I killed like 3 or 4 flies. I captured a few, but then I like enough captured. And letting them free. I was killing them. I gotta kill them, and still there was more. So I think when I leave the tent, they purposely come there, open the because they cut open the I can't zipper the door anymore. So I had to. So I got like this tarp over it. I have tied it, but they just tie it and then leave it open so the flies get in there, and then just before I come back, they close it. They shut it back up. So then when I get there, it's full of flies. Because I don't know, I leave there, there's not many flies, and then when I come back, there's a ton of flies, and then I have to come. So that's not a mistake. That's a purpose thing that they're doing to me. and it was incredibly annoying, But and this walk to Asbury Park from Neptune, from that shop right, is a long walk. And I didn't have any money for cab. I'm hungry. I needed some money. I needed some food. But I'll figure something out tomorrow. But for now, I need to get out of there. And it feels kind of nice being at the beach, man. The one thing about even when I lived in Fort Lauderdale, Florida's so hot, Florida's so hot. Yeah, but I lived a mile and a half from the beach in Oakland Park, and it's kind of like a border of Oakland Park and Fort Lauderdale, Oakland Park Boulevard. Me and my ex-wife, we had a house a mile and a half from the beach, and no matter what, being that, especially on the East Coast, because the West Coast we live on the East Coast, you get that ocean, the ocean breeze, man. It just, even in the hottest days, you go to the beach, and unless it's like a really humid, like no wind day, the wind at the beach usually is so the breeze is so like relaxing and so it's comforting that even the heat just kind of goes away. And that's kind of how I feel now. I feel a lot better right now being here than sitting in that tent. Don't get me wrong. The woods are wonderful. The trees and the energy from the woods that wasn't full of bugs and garbage. And it's not just bugs, but it's not just like normal bugs you get at a campground or something. These are like ones that are just like combination of like almost like a morph between roaches and ticks. And all these things that are and then to top it off, I honestly believe that these people, when I leave, they do things like they cut parts of my tent, they put holes in it, they do certain things that let these things in, because I've been camping and the tent is shut. I mean, the tent is shut. You can keep stuff out, but there was an overabundance of tick. And again, this is the same thing that was happening to me at the center when they were trying to get me out of the center. It was happening to me at different places where I was. It happened to me in my car. The things that they were doing to my car when I was leaving it, unattended, say at night or something, at the center and wherever else I was. They did it to my car. They did it to my and now they're doing it to my tent. And I think again, this is all a process. But at first I was like, oh, why do these people hate me so much? Why are these people doing this to me? And I realized, like, you must be making that shit up. Nobody can hate you that much. But now I realize it is more than that. It is part of this, well, I don't know if anybody watching this is watching the other video that I posted. If you're interested in the Arcturian side of it, I believe that there are renegade Arcturians that are souls that are looking to stop me from doing what I'm doing, because it's in their best interest, they believe, and they don't know, because you see they've somehow detached themselves from the Arcturian soul. They've got some of the qualities and some of the telepathic ability, but they don't have the common sense and the knowledge of so somehow the deal that they made with these parasitic wealth class beings and whatever is this thing where like they've given up their Arcturian soul, or they've almost trapped their Arcturian soul, and they've given it to the parasites and to the wealth class, and they said, here's the soul. Now you give us money and things we need to do, and because it's amazing that Bobby and his girlfriend, even though they're getting this money from he's getting this money from the death of his mother, which again I have a good suspicion that they helped. If they didn't specifically kill their mother because she was dying of cancer or she was dying of something, she was in a I heard that she was in a bed in the living room, kind of thing, in a hospice type thing. They literally hastened her death for things that they did, because they are that kind of people. They are that, you know what I mean? They were that kind of people. You could tell in their face they would be evil enough to just let's get rid of her quicker so we can get the money, kind of thing. And now all they do is get high with the money. I mean, literally, the guy Bobby basically, when I've seen, and when he also had a room at the Fernwood when I had a car and I was driving him around there. That's why I got to know him and stuff, and he let me stay there and I'd watch this kid. And I'm sorry, you don't want to hear this. You don't want me saying this about it. I'm not judgmental, and I don't put down people for what they do. And if they do it and they do it with respect, that's fine. But if they're doing it and they're doing it without the respect that is needed for yourself, for the other people, and for the plant medicine that you're putting inside your body, if you don't have that respect, then it's a much different effect. I feel. And what I see in them is that lack of respect. Especially, I don't know his brother Ian as much as his twin brother. I think they stole like $26 from me at one point. I had, and then his girlfriend was, I don't know, somehow she got $26 from me. I don't know, I was missing it, and I'm like, oh shit, did she take it? But I know Bobby stole a lot of shit from me, and he stole 2 scooters, and him and his girlfriend have been in my tent. I know for a fact, and they've gone through shit, and they've stolen stuff. Him and the other couple too. So backing away from that. The feeling that I'm feeling at Tent City is just it's this feeling of isolation. It's this feeling of entrapment. It's this feeling of like I'm like literally this is the first time in maybe weeks that I've left that area. And even when because now I don't even have a car, and even I don't have a car. Even when I go to a hotel, when I get my money, I go to a hotel for 5-6 days, which is usually the Fernwood because it's the closest one to there. So I can go back to if I need to. I still don't leave that Neptune area, that ShopRite, Starbucks, Dollar Tree, Fernwood, Zen Leaf, Exxon, that whole area right there. It's like it feels like I'm trapped in that area. I mean, it's just boom, and without a car, when I had the scooter, this is why they took the scooter away from me. I understand now why Bobby stole 2 of my scooters. It's not so much that he stole them. He stole it, and he wanted to, and he sold it for drugs. He's got money coming in. He didn't really need to do that, though it doesn't come in as often as he'd like probably, but he didn't have to do that. But he did it specifically to keep me trapped in there. Yeah. You hear this? Bobby stole 2 of my scooters, one after the other. Specifically, because after I lost the scooter, I didn't have a bike, because that bike was stolen. I had two bikes, and they were both stolen from me, one after the other. I then got the scooter. Scooters are and I don't know who stole the bikes. Well, I know one person stole it, but the other bike, it was just gone, and I'm not even sure when. At this point, I don't even care. It was only a $70 bike. I don't care. But when it comes to a $300 scooter, that's heavy. That's heavy. And the other one was $400. This one was $300. It was refurbished. It wasn't even new. New was $500. And still, why did he steal these scooters? And now I know, because after I lost those scooters, that feeling of entrapment was there. If I had a scooter, I'd be right now. I'd probably be at the Yazoo Beach all day with the scooter, and then I could just ride back, and I can just plug it in over here somewhere to charge it. I would. That would work for me. Nothing else right now can. Walking is a serious pain for me. This distance, I did it tonight, and I said, fuck it, I'm just going to go. I can't stand this thing, and you know what? Where am I going to go? Where else am I going to go in this stupid little town other than by the beach? And this, even though, Asbury, it's become like a Disney World during the day, it's like very posh. At night, it still has that calming kind of like, beach, like, Stone Pony kind of a feeling, and it is a good energy here. I gotta say, it is a good energy here. Except I felt that kind of negative, and not really that good of an energy when during the day when there's so much money. This building that they built over here, this tall mansion type of freaking building there. I'm sure that each the apartments on top, 2-3 bedroom is like $2.5 million, $3 million, maybe. Something like that. They're not cheap apartments. They're not $50,000 apartments. $100,000 apartments. This is that tower that's over there. That's attracted that same kind of like wealth, kind of money, and then you feel it around here, and you feel the old stuff that's been here for a while. You feel that essence of that true not having money, coming from a lower middle class to poverty, in this area, which is what it was, and now it's become this posh kind of Disney World kind of a thing, Disney, kind of like touristy and everything's really expensive. McLuhan's is expensive here. I don't even think of it. There's a pizza place over here. That's the most expensive pizza I've ever had. It's $7 for a large slice. $7 or $8, I think. That's with nothing on it, and a bottle of water is like $2 or $3. You know, $2.50 or $3, I think. A small little bottle of water. Yeah. And that's water. Sodas are like $4, like a regular like $2 bottle, which costs $1.25. Actually, $1.25 at the Dollar Tree, right? $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. Sun's coming up soon. You know, and then, but the thing is that by 9 o'clock, I think 9:30, I can't be on the beach unless I pay for it, and I have no idea how much it is because I haven't paid to go to the beach in a very long time. But whatever it is, I don't have it, man. I'll wait till 5 o'clock. So I'll watch it from the boardwalk here, and then I'll try to. If I go swimming, I'm gonna go way before freaking 9 o'clock, and I'll be off that beach at 9 o'clock because there's no way they're charging me for a piece of land on Mother Earth. Some sand and water they're charging me for to go from here, this boardwalk here, right, all the way there. I don't even know. I can walk over there and see how much the things are now. But somebody told me they were like ridiculous, like $17 or something, or some ridiculous shit like that. It's like, really? You're gonna charge for sand and water? When in actuality, it's not really the water that they own. So it's just the sand. So if you somehow can get to the water without touching the sand, you don't have to pay the $17. Get it? and you know, that's what I would. If anything, that's what I do. I'd leave my stuff here. I put my bathing suit on, and then run to the water before they can catch me and see that I don't have a bag, like a thing on my head, and then just stay in the water for a while, and then when I'm done, run back over here and don't stay in the sand, because I'm not gonna pay them fucking money for a piece of Mother Earth. Fucking assholes. Everyone, every private property illegal, right? Every piece of private property is legal. That's like me coming to your house, right? Taking your dog and saying, you know what? This piece of your dog and this piece of your dog belongs to me. Same thing. It's a living organism. The only difference between your dog is your pet and this living organism, right? That we take property. The city owns the sand. Really? What the fuck is that, man? Who's the city? What, the people who live here own this? They shouldn't even own their own homes. But you know what? Okay, if you want to own a little piece of okay, say it's yours, but a piece of sand to get to the water, and you know you don't own the water. You definitely do not own the water. But you supposedly own the sand, and I gotta pay you $17 to go sit on that sand? Get the fuck out of here, man. Really, get the fuck out of here. So that's what gets me pissed off about the beach in this area and anywhere. There is no free beach here at all. And during the summer, you gotta pay. I think there's a little spot between Asbury and Ocean Grove. It's like Neptune Beach. That little place right behind the where we used to drum. The beach, right, I think right there. No, they probably own. Ocean Grove probably owns that. Never mind. Somebody told me that was cheap, but it's not. And this is what they do. You take ownership of a living organism you're supposed to be worshiping. You're supposed to be giving thanks to. The tribal cultures thanked Mother Earth for giving them what they did, what she does. We rape her. We rape her and then just leave her in the bed going, fuck you, bitch. I'll see you there. I'll see you tomorrow. Right? Yeah, that's what you do. That's what you do. And you prostitute her out, right? I have to pay $17 to walk on her? Really? Really? And close your ears for this one. Put your ears over. Do I get to take my penis and stick it inside her then too? You're gonna take your fingers out of your ears now. Because that's what exactly it feels like. You understand that you're doing to her. You're raping her. And you're charging other people to rape her. Hey, you can go ahead and take advantage of her. Go ahead. Well, she belongs to me, Yeah. I'm the mother's pimp. There should be a mass lawsuit going around. Some lawyer out there, some group of lawyers should represent Mother Earth. If you want, I'll communicate. Contact me. I'll tell you exactly what she says with everything you ask her. The exact things. I talk to her all the time. I talk to trees. I talk to God. I talk to everything that you don't believe. You don't believe in, and you don't believe, and you can't talk to. You know why you can't talk to them? Because you rape her. That's why. So I talk to her. So any lawyers want to get together and do a lawsuit against every property owner around in the entire fucking planet, and you'll support Mother Earth, right? You'll defend, not defend, whatever that is. You represent Mother Earth and her lawsuit against every person that has gone on and decided to make a piece of her theirs, that then they can go in and charge people for and make a profit on. So, if the law really worked the way it should have worked, does a horse have rights? How about a dog? If a dog's getting beaten up, doesn't the person beating up that dog and really hurting that dog, if it's abusing the dog, doesn't that person face criminal charges? So why wouldn't anybody that does that to a living organism that we live on, that she lets us live on? And again, I want to say this: if you don't do something quick, a group of lawyers that maybe would you stop what they're doing? If you don't do something quick, she might just say, you know what? I'm a lot bigger than you guys. I'm letting you guys breathe and eat on here. I can easily wipe you the fuck off. 8 billion human beings on this planet. Go back into your history books and go back into and see what the population growth was. And do you think in a billion years this planet's been alive? Whatever, it's much longer than that, but this is what you're saying. A billion years this planet has been alive, right? How many civilizations do you think existed? And how many of them reached an 8 billion mark? And why aren't they here anymore? We're the only ones that reached an 8 billion mark, but we're short term in the grand scheme of the timeline of Mother Earth. Don't you think there was other civilizations that reached the same point? Where are they? You think they all ascended to heaven and they're all in heaven helping you guys right now? No. Trust me, they're not. And what's happening here is the same thing that's happened in the past. And she's reaching that point where she's telling me right now, she's reaching that point where she says enough is enough. Souls were supposed to be ascending and getting the hell out of here. And it should have been a balance. Instead, they're trapped here. They come back in, and instead of the population being steady, it grows and grows and grows. And more new souls come in, and the old souls are still here. And then what you have is just like, boom, soul after soul, 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion, 5 billion, 6 billion, 7 billion, 8 billion. 8 billion fucking people, right, on this planet. Right? 8 billion. Right? That's the exact number. The exact number in about a year, I think it said. That's a 7.999 billion. It's going to be 8 billion. You know which Mother Earth has told me? That between 8 and 12 billion, enough is enough. Now, we're reaching that just at the beginning of that, right? The thing of it is, what you guys do to her is a lot worse than any other civilization before you, because you have really gone to the point of sucking the blood out of her and sticking it into your fucking gas tanks. Do you understand? No other civilization before you have done this. These are the specific things that they put in here specifically to make this whole experience a lot more painful for her. And that's the parasites that are feeding off of all this, and the misery and everything that's going on. And that's the wealth class. So those things are becoming a thing where she's not going to want you on here anymore. Maybe if you changed, you started becoming respectful, and you started understanding what you slaughtered in the tribal cultures there, what they were doing. If you try to understand and actually do that now again, with technology and all that shit, but do it now, right now. She might say, okay, there might be a mass ascension if that happens. And Shiva, instead of destroying, he creates. And he creates the avenue, for your global ascension. A lot of you. And then the rest carry on in this new age of enlightenment. 200, 300,000 years easy. And there won't be a need to repopulate this civilization or this planet every 50, 60, 70, 80,000, 100,000 years, whatever the fuck it is for you guys. it's not necessary. But right now it is. Over and over and over again. And you have less than a few years to change that and make her feel okay. Because right now, what she's yelling in my ear, lawyers, you up there? I'm telling you what, right now she's yelling in my ear, you better get the fuck off of me or start treating me right, or I'm gonna wipe you the fuck off. You know, if you want to make it, you know, that's a prostitute telling her pimp, I had enough of you, motherfucker. You get away from me, I'm gonna fucking put a bullet inside you. Same thing. That hatred is the same hatred. You've not cherished her and given her. Oh, you have the little movies and once in a while, and you have the groups that are environmentalists and they're there to protect Mother Earth. You have to have a small group that protects Mother Earth against the rest of you? Really? The fuck is wrong with you, man? The fuck is wrong with you? So what you're saying to me is that you better change or else. And specifically for the lawyer, she's saying, I never gave them permission to take my body, take ownership of my body, and sell it to anyone for a profit. Mother is saying, I never gave my permission to anyone to take my body, pieces of it, and sell it to other human beings, right? So if Mother Earth says, I never gave you permission, that means ownership, property, owning anything on this fucking planet and saying, I gotta pay what? $20 to get on the fucking beach? Anything, right, is illegal, right? If you consider Mother Earth a living organism that allows us to live on her, if you consider her, she has rights? Does your dog have rights? Does a fucking cow have rights? Does a goddamn horse have rights? Then why doesn't Mother Earth have rights? Why doesn't Mother Earth have rights? So those group of lawyers that want to take this on, hey man, I'm telling you. What do you call that when you whatever you guys do? Defend. When you defend, or you represent your client, right? Don't you understand your client and where they're coming from, and try to make that point? You make the point right. There's nothing that a jury, or nothing that a pretty sane judge would look at it and go like, you know what? You're right. There should be no property ownership of any kind. Yeah, you want to build a home here, and you built a home, and Mother Earth let you build it. That's fine. But you take that property and resell it for 5, 6, 7 times how much you bought it for, because all of a sudden the area is becoming gentrified and you're pushing out the poor, and now the rich are coming in and they're taking it all. Yeah, that's bullshit. Charging $20 to get onto a fucking a little piece of sand, right, between here and the water. You don't own the water, but you own the sand. Can I see that piece of paper that Mother Earth signed the sand off to you? It doesn't exist, right? So you shouldn't be charging anybody for any of that. Get it? No? Okay, because you don't get it, right? At one point, Mother Earth is gonna what? Force you to see it. Get it? Get it? If you do, fucking, come on, how can you say I don't own this? I paid money for this. Who did you pay money to, Mother Earth? If I came to you and said, you know what, I own your arm. And you say, what do you mean? I own your arm. I don't give a shit. I said, I saw your arm. I saw it there. I said, you know what? I now own that arm, and I sold the arm to this guy, so you're going to have to give me your arm. What? How would you feel, right? That's good, right? That's how she feels about what you're doing to her. Especially since her purpose is to provide, let's see, a life on this planet. Does a tree get charged to live anywhere? You own the tree, but does it get charged to live anywhere? No. Does anything else on this planet get charged to live out here except for a human by another human? And that's because the human discovered it first? Really? The human discovered this sand before I did. So now, because they did, they can put a fence around it and say, if you want to go to that water, you're going to have to pay me money. Right? That's what you do to a living organism. So again, if there's a group of lawyers out there that want to take this case, I'm telling you right now, it's foolproof that every person that claims ownership of a living organism is illegally owning that piece of property. Do you understand? There is no such thing as property ownership. Because property ownership is maybe like a building or like a car, but it's not a living organism that's allowing you to live on it. Get it? Mother Earth does not want you to take her and sell her off to each other for a profit. If she did, right, then I could see what? Can you show me the contract where it says that I have to pay to go on the beach? The Mother Earth, did she sign something off? She said, oh yeah, here you go. It's your property, and now you have to charge another human. Can I see that piece of paper? No? Then why the fuck are you charging me to get on the beach? Oh, to pay for your taxes? Oh, okay, that's fine. So Mother Earth is contributing to your taxes and your ability to build this building over here to house the super wealthy. Oh, that's so great, isn't it? It's so great. Again, any lawyer that wants to take this case on, right? I guarantee you, in a jury of sane human beings, when given this logic, right, or to a judge, right, that is sane enough to understand that a living organism should not be, raped and prostituted out and sold, pieces of her sold for a profit. If that judge understands that, then every human being that claims ownership of any piece of Mother Earth is doing it illegally. If that isn't, then your justice system is a piece of shit. Your justice system is crap. There's no balance. A horse has rights, right? Especially a racing horse, right? They make money off it, right? A dog, especially a high-breed dog, has rights, right? I can't go and beat the shit out of your dog, cut him up and sell him to somebody, right? But a living organism that allows you to live on her, feeds you, gives you everything you need, air, everything you need to survive, you think that living organism does not have the right to say you cannot prostitute me out to anybody you fucking want to for a profit? I think Mother Earth has a lot more rights than even the environmentalists give her credit for, right? I guess every human being should be an environmentalist, because like if you're driving a car, right, and you take this car and you start putting holes in this shit and then like banging it up and doing all this crappy stuff to the car, how long is the car gonna ride for you? Now he's gonna die on you, right? So again, you respect a fucking vehicle more than you respect a living organism that's allowing you to live on her. So that's. I mean, I want to repeat this because again, it bothers the shit out of me. But now let's go. Oh, it's a beautiful little sunrise. It's a little cloudy today, so we're not gonna see the exact sun coming up over the ocean, but still nice enough. The reason, you know what? I have to go back to the reason I was here. I was charging my phone. 18%. Okay, it's about all I can do now. So, beautiful beach. With sand. What time is it? Let's see. It is 5:06. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 4 hours before they charge her. They charge her out. So I can have my way with her for the next 4 hours and to pay. You know, I'm gonna have to pay. And actually, I wouldn't have my way with her. I would respect her. Not more than you assholes do. You guys have a good night, man. Bye.